Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now please enjoy the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we'll be reviewing the Transformers Siege Ape Face. Now before I get into Ape Face, I did say that if I reach 40 subscribers at the end of the year, then I would release a new character for my channel. And I did, and here it is. Now, this isn't the new character. This is actually like a little leak of his arm. I did upgrade it from last time. So yeah, there's the arm. Um, yeah, but without further ado, let's get straight into Ape Face. Now, taking a look at him, he looks very G1 accurate, which I like. The back kind of looks a little chunky. I don't like this panel that blocks his butt. But other than that, he looks pretty cool. Yeah, so he's G1 accurate. He does have battle damage here, battle damage there, battle damage there, battle damage there. Yeah, so he also does have blast effect ports that you can add onto him, so he can act like he's being shot at. And there's also one here. And I did say that in my complaint about blast effects, but yeah, he does have some blast effects down here, up here, on the shoulders and on the chest. I think he does have some more in other ports, but we can get to them in the transformation. Now, taking a look at his weapons, he has a shield, which in the instructions do say it's a pretty strong shield. And taking a look at his gun, it's a pretty heavily armored gun. Yep. He has a pretty good gun and armor. So yeah, now I know people would try to add the shield on the forearm or on the shoulder, but you actually have to add it into the elbow. Yeah, so that's one thing that I find confusing. When you want to add it on accurately, you have to add it onto the elbow. But other than that, he looks pretty cool. Now, let's get into a smaller look. Down here, up to his headmaster. And that's another thing, is that I like how they still had the gimmick of the headmaster. So what you want to do is you want to you want to spin around the head, then you want to pull his legs down like this, so it looks like he's sitting. You want to pull down his thighs, pull his legs back to a normal position, and then lift up his arms a bit, and you have a headmaster. Yeah, I like how Hasbro did do the headmaster thing from like the end of this, from the end of the series of Transformers G1. But yeah, other than that, he looks pretty cool. I do like the headmaster. Yeah, he does have some holes at the bottom, and I'll tell you why he does. Looking at the back, you can see Ape Face's head and the Ape Mode head, and he can also pilot the airplane. You can also pilot the airplane. So yeah, then so to transform him back, just do the same process. I really do love the gimmick of headmasters, where transform to head, transform to head, transform the bot, transform the head. I play around with it a bit. It's my favorite gimmick about headmasters, is that they have a transforming head. And yeah, so there you have it. His weapon is blast effect compatible, shield's not. So yeah. Alright everybody, so let's start the scaling, shall we? So taking a look at him uh, compared to Spectro, yes, you can see how bigger he is. Let's scale him to fellow, a fellow transformer, a fellow triple changer. My mistake. Airwave. Now, scaling him with Hound. You can see, and scale him with Blitzwing. Now, Blitzwing's a bit taller than him. You can see right there. So yeah, the scaling is pretty decent for this guy. I know that leader class triple changers are considered like leader class, but they are just as short as uh, a Voyager, because I have a Target themed Optimus Prime that is taller than this guy if I can find him. But yeah, I have a Target Optimus Prime that's leader class, and he's bigger than him. So yeah, the Voyager, when they said Voyager, then they weren't lying about Voyager. But when they said, when they said, I mean, my mistake, I'm stuttering here. When they said, leader class for triple changers, it wasn't the best due to, it being a Voyager class. But the Voyager does apply to 8 face here. So yeah, there's 8 face for you in scaling. And let's put him into the transformation. So how about we start off with the um 8 mode. Yeah, I think the 8 mode. Yeah, let's start off with the 8 mode. Hold on, just a little second. Okay, and let's go. So what you want to do for the for the beginning of the transformation is you want to end up taking off his head, of course, and then you want to just keep the head like this, how it is, but you also want to turn around the head of the headmaster. Lots of heads here. You want to spin around the head for the headmaster and keep it like this. Put this to the side. Keep it somewhere where you can grab it in a little bit. Also, let's give you a look at the instructions. So yeah, look at the gun. And give you a look at the gun. So yeah, there's the gun right there. Look how powerful the gun is, and then look how powerful the shield is. Yeah, so he has pretty powerful weapons for a Voyager triple changer, but I do like that. Alright, but without further ado, let's continue on. We want to fold in his hands like that. Oops, he fell back. Alright, we fold in his hands, and then what we want to do is you want to take the nose, pull it down like that. Yeah, so then he has this nose picking out, and then what you want to do is you want to take this part right here. You want to take this part. It's a little white piece that looks like this. Once you have that taken out, what you want to do is you want to end up putting this down, and you want to end up pulling this back. I do not recommend pushing it in all the way because you end up bending the wings. But yeah, you want to pull this out, and then start. Alright, hold on, my mistake. You want to pull this out, and you want to push in the hand like that. Let me give you a better look at that. So, look here. So what you want to do is you want to take this, and you're saying that you can't reach it up here. Well, there's actually a elbow, or double elbow, right there. Well, bam. Well, bam. They have it, well, you have the top torso for now. The next thing, it's a little confusing, so I'm just giving you a little explanation. But also, you want to clip these into the arms. There should be a little clip in there, so lift up the armpit, and there should be a clip right here. And what you want to do, you want to connect it to something. I don't know. Okay, there you go. I got it into one. You want to mess around with it a bit because it won't do it all the time. For me, it just struggles. There you go. Yeah. You want to mess around with it a bit. So then, what you want to do is you want to bring down the foot, and you want to bring down this piece right here. That's connecting the wings to the foot. And then, yeah, the feet sticking out, and this is the back feet for the transformer. Then what you want to do is you want to push this in. You want to push this top part, or you want to push the wings in. Getting mixed up. And then what you want to do is you want to come over here to your back, and then you want to flip this up. And you want to keep it down, but I'm just flipping it up so I can show you guys things. So what you want to do is you want to pull down the foot like this, the feet. And then what you're going to do is you want to pull out this. And the reason I'm telling you to pull out it is because there's a clip that connects the ankle with the calf of the leg. So then what you want to do is you want to pull out this. And yeah, it should be looking like this. Oops. Yeah, it should be looking like this. Push it down. So yeah, you should have these two white clumps, and these will become the front arms of 8 face. So yeah, the next thing what you want to do is you want to, I recommend pulling it like this so you can see, and you want to pull this out, and this hydraulic right here will go like this, and then you'll flip it like this. So this is technique that I see in most Transformers, especially with Combiner Wars figures. You want to flip it like this. So yeah. And then once it like that, you want to end up pushing in the hole. You want to push this little peg into that hole right there. Trying to get the best aim of it. There you go. Do the same for the other side. And then what you want to do is you want to end up flipping the feet inward. Keep these in. It does tend to clip itself. And then you want to have these come in place. And you want to pull this down. So yeah, then you have this down. So get it. Now it is pretty hard because everything just like starts to come apart and things like that. So yeah, so what you're gonna do is you wanna keep doing that, and then it's kind of hard. I find it hard to do this, and yeah. So once it's all compressed together, it should be looking a little bit like this. And then I think this is part of the hardest part because everything just doesn't want to stay together. But once you have most of this done, you want to pull down. Oops, and this always happens. Honestly, it just so I recommend like keeping it together and things like that. Keep it together. There you go. And you want to fold this and keep this in. It is really hard to keep it together. So and then you want to pull this down. You want to pull. Yeah, this will take a little bit to fix. So yeah, it should be looking like this. You want to pull down the arms. It should be looking like this. And I'm going to try to get it in because I probably will rage if this guy does not stay together because he's never been giving me this much of a problem. But yeah, what you do is you want to push the head in. And there should be like this little clip that goes into there. So yeah, I want to push that in. There you go. And then once you have that in, gosh darn it. You want to end up pushing this into there, and there should be a hole that connects to a clip. It is really hard to get in there, but it is manageable. Oops. It's this figure by itself just like doesn't want to work with me, to be honest and to be fair. But it really hasn't been giving me that much of a problem. Now that I'm on screen, it's probably just doing it just to do it. Yeah. So now once you have that, once you have this pushed in, it should be clipped on correctly, and a face should be steady, ready to go. And yeah. So then what you want to do is you want to pull down this arm right here, and then want to pull it down and pull it up, and then when you pull out the hand, do the exact same for the other side. And yeah, so then you want to keep it down like to the floor where it's like evenly balanced all over a face. You want to keep everything together. Now this figure will tend to come apart. I'm not saying like in parts formers, but like it will come apart because you need to like push it together and compress it together, things like that. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to add the headmaster into there, and you want to have the red big glowy eyes to there, so you have the 8. And then once you have that done, what you want to do is you want to end up taking his gun and his shield. Alright, you want to take his gun, you want to put it in there, and then his shield should go in the back. I forgot to show you this right now, but I will try to do this. Yeah, so what you want to do, you want to add the shield into there. There should be a hole where the shield goes. Add the gun to there. And yeah, there's Ape-Face. So taking a look at him, he looks very G1 accurate, to be honest with you. It is pretty good designed. I really do like the design. And you can see the Decepticon logo on his shoulder. Yeah, right there. Or his bicep something. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, comes with a loose blast effect up here. Blast effect port here. Blast effect port here. Has a loose one up here. And I think that's about like all the blast effects that he has, because I mean, Ape-Face is Ape-Face and things like that. But yeah, this is a short monkey mode. I really like the animal that this guy comes with, and he is also a Horrorcon. And by the way, this is also a review for Halloween that is coming soon. And yeah, so it's a horror con, so I'm reviewing it because, it's coming soon. Halloween's coming soon. But other than that, yeah, he looks pretty G1 accurate, and things. I do wish in some cases that they would give him a little more paint and a little more blast effect ports to go with, this guy. But remember, engineering and designing can go so far that it just ends up you can't design it anymore. I know there's like Megatron, the new Studio Series Megatron that has come out, that is crazy engineering, honestly. But unfortunately, there's nothing else you can do with 8-Face, and Siege already passed like 5 years ago, I think. But yeah, other than that, I guess we could start getting into the transformation of the airplane. Okay, what you want to do is you want to remove the head again. Right, and then what you want to do is you want to remove the gun, and then you want to pull this upwards and until it unconnects, pull it back, and it should disconnect the entire head. Then what you want to do, you want to fold the head into the airplane, and then you want to pull down it, and it's just gonna keep doing it once more. Gosh darn it! All right, and then what you want to do is that there's these ports right here, and then there's these holes, and then you just want to close it on, and I think you're supposed to keep this. You want to keep this piece down. You want to push it into the hole, right there, and it's not gonna be as secure as it was before, and you want to like kind of get those pegs into those holes to keep it all secure, things like that. So this is if you look at it from like here, it looks a very funny monkey mode, very funky monkey mode. But yeah, other than that, let's continue on what we're doing. What you want to do is you want to take the gun, again you want to add it on to the like this, and there is a hole under it, and I know I didn't show you guys right now, but there's that hole right there that you're supposed to attach the gun. One problem with mine is that this gun does not want to. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, usually it just does not want to stay in, due to processes and things like that. You're supposed to add the gun on top of this before you flipped it down. But the only reason I didn't do that is because it would not go on. It would literally not stay on. But yeah, other than that, let's continue before I start crashing out. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to bring these blue hands, you want to fold them back, you want to fold the arms back, you want to fold the arm to like this, oh, well the gun just fell, you want to fold the arm like that, and yeah, so just basically transforming him back, and you want to take the leg, you want to pull it up, and you want to also have the feet like that, pull it up, same thing, oh wait, hold on, my mistake. Before you pull up the feet, I don't make this much mistakes, but my mistake. What you want to do is you want to remove this, just on top of him because, oops, move my studio a bit. So then you want to end up doing that now. Yeah, and then what you want to do, you want to pull up the wings. And just in case you want to pull it up so it stays secure, you want to move the wings. You want to push them down, and they do connect with the arms in a specific way. Yeah, there you go. And then also you want to open the cockpit, and let's put 8-Face to the side. You want to bring the headmaster, transform him like I showed you earlier. And we don't want to keep the arms down. You want to have the arms up. And this is a problem because if you keep the legs like this, you're never going to get the holes in properly. So you want to have him like this. May look a little derpy, but then there's these holes. You can kind of see those pegs in there. There's those pegs. Let me get it clear. There's those pegs in there. And those pegs will go into the holes. That is why he has holes. So Let's add those into there. Supposed to slide it in, slide them in, and then once it's slided in, you want to end up like kind of making a weird movement, but like pulling it, pull, push, put it in down, and then the little guy's in this cockpit. You want to close that. Then you want to bring the shield. You want to put that on top of the cockpit, and then of course the gun would have to stay under there. But yeah, it just does not want to stay in there. So yeah, so there's Ape Face in his jet mode. To be honest with you, it's a little awkward because of the design. I wish they could have made the wings bigger a bit. The design just looks like a compressed monkey, honestly. Looking at the back, he doesn't have any thrusters. I understand why, but I guess you could pretend these are thrusters. Sort of. Now, I know this isn't like the biggest jet mode, but I'm not asking anything like a Silverbolt combined with the base mode, with the base thing. But yeah, this is honestly a good, decent looking transformer when you're looking at it from the G1 reference. But other than that, he is pretty good looking, to be honest. He does have these missiles on his wings. That is cool. The gun is supposed to be the gun's supposed to be under there, under the nose, but my gun just doesn't want to stay. But yeah, he does have some blast effect ports and loose blast effect port, loose blast effect port. There's really nothing else. I mean, unless you want to include the ones at the bottom, but that would have to be like an undershot, something. Yeah, but this is a pretty cool, decent designed ape mode that I really do like, honestly. To be fair, he very looks G1. He does, or what am I saying? Sorry. So he does have some battle damage up here. He on the nose. He does have some battle damage, and then he also has painted this. He has a painted piece right here. He's mainly just plastic, none paint. Not that much paint. I do like how they have specific color pieces, but it's just when the paint needs to be added, then the paint needs to be added. I do like plastic that is is that color, because paint ends up eroding away. So yeah, there you have it. Ape Face. One thing that I find like not useful is that, because I know our headmaster is supposed to be the pilot of the, the transformer, but the thing is that this it just gets covered by this giant wingspan thing. Yeah, so you can't really take him out like a topspin. Yeah, he does have some like he does have that weird design for the tail wing and the other tail wings, the ones that are like diagonally and horizontally. Yeah, so he is pretty cool. I do like the jet mode, honestly. It's a pretty decent jet mode from the G1. And yeah, there you have it. Ape Face fully transformed. And another thing is that I wish they would bring back Battle Masters, please. I wish they could bring back the Battle Masters with blast effects that come with them. I would like that. So yeah, there you have it. Transformers Siege Ape Face. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you all for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe.